Hey, what is going on, guys? It is me, Parkzy here, back on the DGBA Season 4 channel. I am your coach of the Armag. I mean the Arma Armadillos. I mean the Arma Armaldos. Bring it back to smash it. You just had to expect that. Today, we have pulled him away from his puppy. We have pulled him away from his girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, we've even pulled him away from his job. We've got the boy, JJBizzle.
What's poppin', people?
JJ, have you noticed that all the videos on this channel are either have you or me in them, okay?
That's how it should be, because we're the best.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't know.
You're the greatest. That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so I brought him here to ask him a few questions, as always, and something weird is probably going to happen. Like, you set us both into a voice call. We're going to say stupid stuff. But the first thing is,
Nope.
did you have a plan going into this draft?
I did not. I never have a plan going into really any draft, just because I feel like if you get on tilt in a draft, then you are going to draft poorly. And I kind of said this during the draft, but I'm a big fantasy football player over in America, and I do a lot of like snake style drafts, auction style drafts, things like that. So I understand, like, if you get on tilt in a draft and you start making poor pick, then your kind of whole team's ruined. So, and that's kind of what I did last year a little bit.
Yeah.
In his DGBA. So yeah, I don't really have a plan. I just kind of let something fall to me, and then I kind of morph it off that. But yeah, so no plan, just make them all wild.
I'm kind of the complete opposite, because I harassed him every single day with Pokemon ideas. I was like, should I pick up Landorus Therian and Empoleon, and of course Landorus got sniped.
Has a great guy to bounce ideas off of. I was bouncing some ideas off him too, so I feel you there.
That just makes me feel worse, okay? Because now he's getting harassed by all of us. Right, okay.
Oh, he's fine. He lives for it.
Right, okay, my next question is, you might have not got a plan going into this draft, but were you actually sniped at all on any picks?
The only snipe I had was when I picked Necrozma. I was actually going to take Cresselia.
Right.
I wanted another Healing Wisher. I wanted kind of some Levitate action. I think Cresselia is a more reliable wall than Necrozma, so I kind of wanted Cresselia really bad, and that was my plan. It was going swimmingly until the pick right before me. I don't remember who it was exactly, but yeah, they took Cresselia the pick before me, so it stunk. But I had a backup plan in Necrozma, so it wasn't too big of a deal.
I mean, to be fair, Necrozma does give you a secondary like rocker. Okay, I'm not counting Mega Mawile or Torterra as rockers. Okay,
I agree. No, it definitely does some other things for my team, like rocks, like things like that. But I mean, it's more of a setup mon. It can set up and do some more attacking things. So it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Like I said, it was a very minuscule snipe, but a snipe nonetheless.
Okay, so like most people that I interview, they're crying away. They're like, oh my goodness, half my draft's been destroyed. No, you're fine. You're just like, I went in here. It's fine.
There's how many Pokemon? 800 something now.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. There's always a mod that can fill your needs. Whether it can fill your needs as good, or fill a certain need a little bit better, but you just kind of got to go with the flow. So
talking about Pokemon to fill your needs, why did you pick Regigigas? Okay.
Regigigas. All right. So let me hold up a second. I didn't know you were gonna ask me about my boy Regigigas. My boy Regigigas here. Let me pull him up on my Pokemon database real quick, because I just don't remember his stats. But I'm pretty sure. So yeah, slow start is obviously a problem, but slow start only cuts attack and speed, right?
Yeah.
It's still 110 base HP, 110 base defense, 110 base special defense. So it can still be a little bit of a wall. It can still do some cheeky things with T-Wave, Fuse Ray, and it can still hurt some people with some, knockoffs, things like that. So, in my thing, it's a $1 pick. So if you can bring it for 1 week and it does something good, and if it walls a certain mon, like if I bring, like, say, an Assault Vest set, or it can be special as well. It's a normal type, so it learns Thunderbolt, things like that. But if it walls one mon and does good against one mon that my team can't handle, then it's worth the $1 pick, if that makes any sense.
To be fair, even though it has slow start, it still hits pretty hard, even though
it's still 160 base attack.
Yeah.
So it's like, an 80 base attack mon. I mean, I get it slow and it kind of stinks. It's just pure normal, but it's still a $1 mon, so who cares?
It has only got one weakness, so it's only weak to fight.
You can plan well for it, so.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question is, why do you pick up Thundurus Therian as your Z user?
My Z user is Darkrai.
Oh wait, sorry, I know I put that down wrong. Okay, Darkrai then. Why did you pick up Darkrai?
So I gave it to Darkrai just because of versatility. So my options were basically Thundurus, Darkrai, and Gyarados. Really, I mean, I guess Garchomp too as well. But I was kind of looking at it, and I think Gyarados on this team, especially on my team, is going to be a little bit more of a. It's going to run some defensive sets possibly, just because I might need it to fill a defensive role some weeks. Also Garchomp as well. It might have to be defense. He might have to be Scarf some weeks, Banded, whatever the case may be. But Darkrai, as far as having an item, obviously it can run Spec, Scarf, it can do all that stuff, which I can still do even with the Z move, but knowing it has a move like Focus Blast and I kind of want to hit that move, or like Sludge Bomb, things like that, I kind of want to just give it a little more power. And it still has the speed to outspeed things without a Choice Scarf, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah.
Thundurus can be Scarfed and with that 101 base speed, or Garchomp with that 102 base speed. I think can use items a little bit better than Darkrai can, so that's kind of my reasoning. But I mean, any of them would have been good, but I think Darkrai is going to use it a little bit better than all of them this year.
It also can boost up on both sides, because I had Darkrai last season for the whole one week that I was in. It gets Calm Mind, and it gets Sword Stance, and Astropod as
Sword
well.
Dance as well, yeah. So, I mean, I think it can be more versatile without having an item, just because it can do so many different things. It doesn't have to be choice. So, that's why I kind of just made it my Z move user. So.
Yeah, I mean, it gets Sword Stance, and it also gets like a base 90 attack, so it's not horrible in attacking.
Not bad.
You can run it offensively in a physical attack, maybe the rough week, and it might do some work. But guys, sorry about that. About saying the wrong Z user. I quickly scribbled down stuff.
I didn't even put it in the chat. I just said it on the video, so it's kind of my fault too.
Okay.
And I was like the last one to do it anyway because I was trying to build suspense.
So you are in a pretty scary division, but what do you think would be the scariest matchup in your division?
As far as any team goes?
Yeah, any team.
Any team, I would have to kind of glide over the team. But any team that can kind of run more momentum and be faster than mine, because I'm not very bulky. I have the Alomomola and I have the Necrozma, are kind of my only bulky team. So a team that can keep up the pace and kind of get me on my heels are probably going to be the main issues that I kind of have this year. But I don't see too many teams with that are kind of based around pace and based around speed. So I don't think I'll have too many issues with any team. But I mean, everybody's going to have an issue with Cav, just because, you know, that one thing, the dragon poison.
You do not believe
Nagandel, yeah.
You do not believe how much
the
for death
team.
I had to run into Alomomola to take a +2 Draconium Z Draco Meteor. It was like Assault Vest 172 Spadef. That was max HP to take one.
And you barely took it, right? 98, I think it did.
It took. I calculated it was 99.5, but he didn't have max special attack, so I took it with 10. They sludge waved, and I lost the game.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I mean that team we're all gonna have issues with just because of that Nagandel. But I mean, like I said, I don't think any team's gonna bring me too many issues as far as just the pacing goes. I don't think I'm ever gonna get blown out just because I have so much power. But you know, any team that can outpace me is gonna be a problem.
Oh, so that's how you pronounce it, because I think me and Coach Oak, me and him were both on the interview yesterday, and we were just trying to pronounce that Pokemon. We're like, and we just could not say it at all. So
Which
thank
Pokemon?
you. The dragon thing, that I can't pronounce it. Okay,
Nagandel.
I'm Northern Irish. Okay, don't make fun of me.
Nagandel. I'm going with.
Yeah, I just call it the Uber Dragon overpowered thing.
Yeah, the annoying Mega Beedrill wannabe.
Yeah, okay. What do you think will be the most fun Pokemon for you to use on your team?
I mean, it's hard not to say Darkrai, but I mean, Silvally is always fun for me. I have the most experience, but I think with Silvally that's on my team. I think man, that's a good question. That's a really good question. How can you not say Mega Mawile? I want to see how well it does in a draft format. I know how much power it has, and I know how much wall breaking it has. So I kind of want to see how it does just without the speed. I want to see if I can use it correctly, if I can get into it freely, and kind of just punch holes through teams. So I'm kind of really excited to use Mega Mawile because I've never seen it in a draft format. So
I mean, most of your Pokemon on your team are pretty fun. I mean, all apart from Alomomola, I'd say, which is setup fodder. It doesn't get his, okay?
Hey, I agree, but he's not there to be in for more than one wish, so hopefully I can mitigate that setup fodder.
See, I think you got like the right mentality. People staying with Alomomola all the time is like, just wish and get out, okay?
I don't care. My job is to wish, get out, maybe protect once just to get heals, but that's about it. But it has regenerator, so it shouldn't even be in that long.
Yeah, okay, so my final question is, you usually draft offense on most of your teams. This team it's a little bit more balanced than last time, but why do you draft so much offense in your drafts?
I don't know how to play stall. Like so I've tried to play stall. I've tried to build teams around stall. I wouldn't say just stall, even just kind of more balanced or maybe even more defensive or tanky. But I kind of always want to be the aggressor. I kind of always want to be the predictor. I always want to have initiative, if that makes sense. Because, okay, so when I first got into the meta, that's just how I played. And then my friend was just getting into the game. And we just played together all the time. And that's how he wanted to play too. He just said, hey, I want to predict this. I want to predict this. I want to play like this. I want to get, momentum here. I want to do this. So I've trained and I've done nothing but that, and I've been very successful with it, so I don't want to go away from it ever. I mean, I can draft defensive, but it's just super boring to me. I just get bored quickly in the game if that sounds bad, but I like being the aggressor, and I like making predictions just because I like making plays.
You see, the thing wrong with my teams is that I always draft so bulky because I feel like if I don't draft enough bulk, I won't be able to take any hits. And then on all the analysis is like, this guy drafted too much bulk. It's just so much setup fodder.
Bulk is great as long as you have the correct offense around it and you have the correct momentum. Because if bulk's in too long, like you just said, it's setup fodder, or it's just gonna get kind of played around. Because bulk is it is what it is. It's bulk. I mean, you can set up with bulk obviously and be fine, like Calm Minds, like Clefable, things like that. But if your opponent plans correctly and you have just a bulky team, then you should lose almost every time if you're just playing a bulk style and your opponent, plays around it correctly if he brings the correct wall breakers. So that's why I kind of like offense, because I feel like every week if I play my game, I win. So that's just I don't feel like I have a bad matchup because I have so much offense. So.
Okay, well, thank you, JJ, for coming along with me onto the interviews. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we close out the video?
I got nothing, man, except for ban has and Non-Zero's a cheater.
Okay. JJ's channel will be down below, as with most YouTubers I record with. Make sure to go leave a like, subscribe, and also check out every other person's coach's channel, which will be down in the sidebar on this YouTube, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next interview. Goodbye.
Bye.